Hey guys, so I am back with a new video and this is going to be a new segment that I want to start on this channel. It is going to be fairly similar to a collection, but this is not a collection focused on the design. It is actually more focused on developing my style. I really wanted to enhance my artistic style and I wanted to share the process with you guys in hopes that you can also take something from this and help find your own style as well. Please note though that finding your own artistic style is a really long process. I feel like an artistic style kind of depends on who you are as a person, like what you like or what you admire, and it changes as you grow. So by the end of this segment, I at least aim to have a fairly vague idea of what works best for me right now in this phase of my life. So to kickstart this new segment, I'm going to do a fashion illustration using Copic markers, but I'm going to be using it in a messy style. So let's get started. I feel somewhat repetitive saying this whenever I start these kind of narrated videos of my process, but seriously, I like to start by doing research. This is how I gain inspiration, by going onto some search engine and typing keywords. For example, I searched up fashion illustration markers and scrolled through pages and pages of illustrations by different artists. The ones you see me enlarge are the ones I find to be inspirational. They have the kind of rough style that I want to imitate. And you might have also seen me click on my own illustration. That was only because it was my first time seeing my illustration come up on Google Images, which was awesome and weird. It kind of feels like hearing your voice in a recording for the first time. When doing this part, you might want to take note of the artist's name for future reference. Maybe you'll like his or her other works. Someone I actually was really inspired by with this particular style was Bina Abling. She has written and illustrated books for fashion illustrations called Fashion Sketchbook, and her style is what I had in mind when doing this illustration. Moving on, I went ahead and used my handmade template to trace the fashion figure so it's faster and easier for me to do the illustration. Like I said, this is not focused on creating a major illustration. This is a form of practice and experimentation. So to briefly explain the design, it's pretty much inspired by street style, fashion, and the minimalist trend. I am absolutely loving it, and for me, it kind of has a Dior vibe to it. This just explains how much I love and am influenced by Dior. With the line art, there wasn't anything different in the way I usually do it. However, I would say that I was more free in the way I used the pen. Normally, I would draw using my wrist because I really wanted the lines to be precise. But with this illustration, I tried to draw using my shoulders and be more gestural with each line. I also colored the same way. Coloring, it was quick, and to me it almost looks like a rough sketch using markers instead of a pencil. I didn't even try to blend the colors together. I left a lot of white areas and used a lot of harsh shadows. In the end, I finished this illustration in 30 minutes, from sketching to finish. My normal illustrations take me 1 hour and 40 minutes. I think at least 30 minutes of that is the inking part alone. So having to finish this illustration, this full illustration, in no less than half the time it normally takes me to complete a full Copic marker fashion illustration is amazing. I mean, I love how this turned out. I expected it to somehow look forced because I have tried this before a long time ago, and I didn't like it. I suppose it was because I was trying to figure out where to place each line or each stroke, so it ended up looking forced or fake. With this, I tried to really go with the flow. Sometimes I would make a stroke with the pen or with the marker and I wouldn't like it. But in the end, it all came together. And we'll see if this style sticks as a new style for creating my Copic marker illustrations, not just for fashion illustrations, but also for my artworks. It for this video, the first part of mini for my style exploration. Watch out for the next part of this segment, which will be me using watercolors to create another practice fashion illustration. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you also stay tuned for the other parts of this segment. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.